Liverpool's pursuit of Jurgen Klopp's successor took a blow when Xabi Alonso committed to staying at Bayer Leverkusen. Alonso's decision could have turned their attention to Ruben Amorim of Sporting Lisbon.
Yes, OK, well, here with us now is Portuguese football expert Pedro Sepulveda to tell us all we need to know about Amorim and these links. Pedro, bom dia. Thank you so much for coming on. Good morning, sports fans. Now, Amorim has emerged as the front runner to take over from Klopp this summer. What can you tell us about his career to date? Tell us everything we need to know.
Good morning, Alex. Good morning, Tom. First of all, I can say you that the first contacts between Amorim's side and Liverpool were already made, and I will explain you why. Ruben Amorim's agent is the same agent of Luis Diaz, so there is already a good relation between the side of the coach, which is the same side of Luis Diaz's representation, and the English club. Ruben Amorim, it's focused nowadays in winning the two titles that Sporting it's fighting, the Portuguese Cup and the Portuguese League. So his priority nowadays is to fight for the championship in Portugal, but of course, a project like Liverpool, you have to put it on the table because it's completely different than Sporting. Ruben Amorim nowadays has a release clause of 30 million euros, but I can say to you that there is a verbal agreement between Ruben Amorim's side and Sporting that if they bring an offer between 15 to 20 millions, Sporting won't fight and won't negotiate the price for the price of the release clause. So that means that if Liverpool pays between 15 to 20 millions, Sporting is not going to ask for the 30 millions of the release clause. We are talking about a young coach, 39 years old, that have completely transformed the football of Sporting. Sporting was, in the last years, the third club of Portugal, not one of the best three, because they won the title for the last 20 years. And with Ruben Amorim, they won it once, and they can won it twice this season.
Liverpool fans are used to a very energetic and attacking style of play. What kind of football does Sporting play under Amorim?
For sure that with Ruben Amorim, Liverpool will play an offensive football. If you see the last teams of Ruben Amorim, they scored many goals, but they don't concede that much goals. Ruben Amorim likes to bet in young players from the formation or young players that he buy from the other teams, but you don't see Ruben Amorim looking at the targets like players above 26, 27 years old. He prefers to have young players. One thing I can tell you is that the sporting director of Liverpool is going to have a lot of work, because Ruben Amorim, it's, let's say, a specific coach when you talk about the transfer market, because he don't like to hear names about positions. For example, if they need a striker, he won't look at the names that the Liverpool scouting is going to give to him. He will look at the names that he thinks are the ones that he needs for the team, and he's going to ask for those names. He don't want to look for the alternatives, even if Liverpool has to pay a higher amount for those players.
Pedro, Sporting currently top of the Portuguese Primeira Liga. They play Benfica today, who are in second place. Are these reports maybe an unwanted distraction for Amorim?
Well, of course, in the press conference yesterday, some journalists asked about the possibility of Ruben Amorim leaves Sporting. There was some news in Portugal about some coaches to replace him in Sporting, and he made a joke with that, saying that he was a little bit mad, and he talked with the sporting director of Sporting because he was a little bit mad because of the names that were on the table to replace him. Ruben Amorim is a very good coach too in terms of communication and in terms of behavior. He's not the kind of coach that you are going to see like polemic in the press conference. It's not that type of coach. He's like completely focused on the game, on the training, because he really thinks that that kind of atmosphere that do normally create behind, for example, the press conference, attacked the focus of the group. So he is that kind of coach that it's completely focused on the atmosphere in the dressing room. About the game today, we are talking about semi-final of the Portuguese Cup. Big game. There are two hands. So today it's the first hand in Benfica Stadium. There is going to be a second hand in Sporting Stadium. And in my opinion, nowadays, Sporting is the favorite to pass to the final of the Portuguese game.
So you got a Sporting Lisbon head coach that might be on his way to Liverpool, but also a Benfica technical director, Pedro Marques. There's reports that he might join Liverpool and their footballing structure. What can you tell us about him?
First of all, let me just tell you that in Portugal, the Sporting fans are so mad when you say Sporting Lisbon because their original name is Sporting Club Portugal. Sorry to correct you on that, but I'm sure that they are very mad when someone from England say that the name of the club is Sporting Lisbon.
Well,
I've actually been.
You can't go to Lisbon now.
No, I've been on a stag do to Lisbon.
Everything.
I went to a Sporting game and no one actually told me, but I'm definitely not going back now.
So trust me, if you go to Twitter now, I'm sure that everyone is writing some stuff about it's not Sporting Lisbon, it's Sporting Club Portugal. But again. About Pedro, well, it's a very good acquisition for Liverpool. To be honest with you, I don't have any information regarding to that. I know that nowadays Liverpool is completely focused on the coach. As you said, Xabi Alonso was the plan A, and Ruben Amorim, it's the plan B. From the information that I have nowadays, there is no plan C yet because the first conversations with Ruben Amorim's side were positive. So they really think that Ruben Amorim could be the next Liverpool coach.